everybody. How are you all doing? Hope you've all had a good day. Hello, who have we got here? Merry Christmas, whoever it is. How are we doing, people? Hope you've all had a good day. Merry Christmas to you all. Yeah. I don't even know what to really talk about tonight. Probably won't be on much longer tonight. Yeah. Hello everybody. Good evening to you all. Hope you all had a good day. Merry Christmas to you all. Hello, Yosmin. Merry Christmas. Mason, Merry Christmas. Thank you for the like, whoever that is. Merry Christmas, everybody. Hope you've all had a blessed day. Giza, Merry Christmas. Emilio, hello, Merry Christmas. Hope you've all had a good day today, people. Thank you for the likes, everyone. Mason said, I liked and subscribed. Yeah, thank you very much. Yeah, where are you from, by the way, anyway, Mason? Nice to meet you. Hello, Merry Christmas, Ronaldo. Merry Christmas, MC Gathering Entertainment. Can you shout out my friend? Oh, no, we're not doing that. No, I know what you're doing there. Freaking trolls already. Free Scientist, Merry Christmas to you. Like the live, people, please, if you don't mind. That would be really appreciated if you can do that. Mason says, I'm from Ireland. Yeah, Mason. Nice to meet you, Mason. How's my Irish accent, Mason? Hope I'm good at it. B Swivel, Merry Christmas to you. Yeah, I think like people like Conor McGregor, like he's from Dublin, the stereotypical island accent, I'll fucking knock you. Hello, Dumusani, Merry Christmas to you. Bye, okay, take care. Take care, Mason. Mason, Corky Monster. Hello, Strong Killer, Merry Christmas to you. What's your name? Make sure you subscribe if you're new here. What's your name? My name's Jamie. It is on my channel, on the channel handle. Pega, Merry Christmas to you. Or season's greetings, whatever you want to call it. So, yeah. Hope everyone's doing well. Hope you've all had a good day today. What did you all get up to? Did you all see family, or did people come to you? Or what happened? Let me know. Yeah. So, yeah, I don't know what we're going to talk about, but but yeah, like I said, I've gained about 20 pounds in body weight within like last year. Hi, Hon Alok, Merry Christmas to you. What do you mean? I don't know what you're saying, but Merry Christmas anyway. Can you explain what you're saying? So I haven't got a clue. But yeah, my name is Jamie, if anybody doesn't know, so yeah. Nice to meet you all. Make sure you subscribe if you're new here, like the live, share the live. That would be really appreciated if you can do that, so yeah. But yeah, hopefully next year will just be the time when things finally fall into place for me, because I'm to the point where it's like, I really just want everything to just kind of happen next year. Like I'm sick of like waiting for things to happen in my life. I've been trying for some time to do things, and it feels like a lot of times things fail. Like for example, I started doing TikTok. I built it up to 38,000 followers, and then just for it to be wiped. It sucks, but you have to just like learn to adapt. But saying that, it's like if I can get that to 38,000 followers, at least it gives me a sense of like courage or whatever you would call it, like some confidence that, well, if I can get that to that amount of followers in that amount of time, then I can do anything really. You can do anything you put your mind to. So even when you have setbacks and all that, it's like, how's it? Merry Christmas, Free Scientist. Yeah, so it's just like even when bad things happen, it's like, well, at least I got that far this time. Every time you fail, it's like you're further ahead than where you were last time. It's like the path to success is not linear. That's what I've come to learn, that setbacks are something that will happen along the time, but oftentimes there's lessons to be learned from it. From setbacks, oftentimes there's something that you need to learn along the way. Life will bring curveballs. These are either challenges or lessons that you have to learn from, and then we have to learn to adapt and grow from it. Because if success was so easy, then perhaps we wouldn't become the person that we're supposed to be, and become a well-rounded person, someone with discipline, someone with with different attributes that are how's it going, Pedram Dragon? Merry Christmas to you. Nice to meet you. Hope all is well with you. What did you all get up to today then? We've got Hillbilly Millie. No, I'm not Scottish, I'm English. What about you? Nice to meet you. Merry Christmas to you. So I take it your name's Millie then. I'm a hillbilly. No, I'm not Scottish, I'm English. I live in York, England. I'm a hillbilly. My name is Clay, the South of Simpsons. Yeah. Goodness. So what's the difference between a redneck and a hillbilly then? Does anyone know the difference? Because some people kind of like use those terms like interchangeably, like I'll have to find that out. Hillbilly, but hillbilly. Hello, Marja. Nice to meet you. Make sure you subscribe. Turn on the bell so you get notified. And like the live, share the live if you can. So hillbilly versus redneck. Because they're both from like the kind of like southern parts of the states, like places like Georgia, for example, like Alabama and wherever. But I don't know what the difference. What is the difference between a hillbilly and a redneck? Does anyone actually have an answer for that? Hi, Sir Richard the Lionheart. Merry Christmas to you. What's the difference between hillbilly and redneck? Redneck suggests someone that belongs to the white working class, is uneducated and has offensive opinions hillbilly suggests someone who's backward because they live. What am I reading here? Right. So yes, it says redneck. Yeah. Was it hillbilly? Yes. What is it? Hillbilly suggests someone whose ways are backward because they live in remote hills or mountains. So basically, what they're saying is that hillbillies are backward because of them living in a remote area, whereas rednecks just have like kind of, or just because they're uneducated and have offensive opinions. So there isn't really much of a difference. It's just, yeah, they're kind of like almost like synonymous, really. But yeah. Anyway, but yeah, some say that like having been too educated can be a problem as well. Like if you're, like for example, like you get these like woke people in university and they get taught a lot of crap. Oftentimes it's misleading and they get brainwashed into certain ideologies, and they come out of it being all kind of like, you know, preaching about some bullshit about feminism or whatever crap. And it's like, I mean, it's like you get these some women who are like, oh, if a woman decides she wants to stay at home and be a homemaker and look after the family, and then while the man goes out to work, that's somehow oppressive. But to me, true empowerment would be letting her make her own choices. Like they're trying to act like she doesn't have her own mind to be able to decide on what she thinks is best for her. You know, if she thinks that being a stay-at-home mum is the best for her, then that's the best for her. You can't argue with that. So, but some of these woke, you know, people, they just have certain like ideas on any time that a man has like a kind of certain view that goes against modern feminism, that now he's misogynistic. So if anything, they are kind of, it's funny how they talk about bigots and whatever, but yet they seem to be very intolerant towards opposing views to their ideology. It's funny that, isn't it? A lot of these so-called liberals are like, you know, they believe in like, what is it, you know, like, what is it, you know, that they want to have diversity of, you know, like, people, but not diversity of opinions. I mean, they just want people to have all the same opinions, which is dangerous. I mean, that's basically a cult then, isn't it? If you all have the same opinion as each other, then you're part of a cult. Whether it's true or not, what you believe in, it's still a cult, and that's dangerous. Because oftentimes these people aren't really thinking for themselves, and you just go along with whatever the cult wants them to believe. And maybe it started off with a good message, but then a cult can easily get basically go off into like a direction that it wasn't intended to, and start adding things in that, like for example, look what happened with hippies and how they got you know, it was something you could say was good at the beginning, where they were like, it was all about, you know, kind of just them living in that, you know, with nature and all that, and just this kind of like just being a kind of free spirit and all that, and not going along with whatever like bullshit, all the materialism and all that, and just because I'd say like that can be bad in a way, but you know, if you go too far with that. But the problem is that they then start to go too extreme with like things where they start just becoming degenerates basically, and it kind of like isn't really what it was originally meant to be about. This is the thing, when you get part of some kind of cult, then they can start doing certain things that you then start to lead others into that, whether they're intended to or not. Because when you're part of a cult, then if people start to act a certain way and start to believe in certain things, then other people are more likely to do that. They're more likely to follow along because, well, especially if those people seem to be leading that group. Like groupthink is a big problem, and this is the thing with like things like the universities that are, you know, like lecturing people when we should be like encouraging free thinking and you know, critical thinking, rather than it being about like just, what is it, gender studies or race studies or whatever bullshit that oftentimes can be misleading. And it's like you get people start preaching stuff about frickin' whatever, colonialism or whatever crap, and going on about like the whites, you know, enslaving the blacks. But the truth is that throughout history there's been, you know, there's been blacks who've enslaved blacks, there's blacks who've enslaved whites, as well as whites enslaving blacks, and different races enslaving each other. So it's just even the word slave, it comes from the word Slav. So I mean, when you look into that, it's yeah, quite interesting, isn't it? But we don't get taught that side of things in school. It's just, it kind of subconsciously makes it out that like the white person's bad, and this is a common sort of you know, sort of like it's a common kind of ideology of people nowadays of like, if you're a white straight man, then somehow you're an oppressor. You haven't got any victim points, so therefore you're assumed to be like the, you know, just like evil or whatever, or at least just careless and not very moral. That's what oftentimes you can be seen as by some of these people, even though they don't know you. They're just, yeah, you don't go along with any of the whatever crap that the, you know, like and then you're, if you're not if you're straight white male, you have to at least be an ally or whatever. And it's like, you can't just mind your own business and just get on with your life. Then if you're not actively you know, helping dismantle racism, sexism, whatever ism, then therefore you're just a piece of shit, basically, according to a lot of these people. But the thing is that not, it's like, me as an individual, I did not create all of this. It's like, some people believe that white people should be paying reparations or whatever crap. And this is the thing, is a lot of these people who have been educated educated. They actually, some of them will probably buy into shit like that. You know, they buy into things like critical race theory and all this sort of stuff. I think the problem is that if you're assuming that people are assuming that they can't do well because of their race, then that could be fulfilling their own prophecy. You know, so that this is the thing, is we've got to understand that by saying, oh well, I'm black, so I can't do well in life, I'm always going to find it more difficult. Well, guess what? Then you are, because you're not going to put yourself in the right mindset. If you put yourself in the right mindset, then nothing's going to hold you back. So I think to a large extent that it's a mindset issue that a lot of people have. Of course, there's other things as well, and now you could argue that certain jobs may be less likely to hire someone based on race, and there could be something to that, but the thing is though, is like, I think at this point there's probably, well, I mean, they have to like fill quotas and stuff like that. They have to make sure that that they have the quotas filled. But yeah. The thing is though, is a lot of these areas like that they're from is like very deprived areas, like these places like Detroit and, you know, these really rough areas. But there's also areas where there's black people and they're doing well. So it all depends. It's like there's a lot of variety in these things. It's like, you know, I see, you know, like that in the grand scheme of things, they're probably just as likely to do well for themselves. I think it depends a lot on where they've been brought up. I mean, if you're brought up in a slum, then you're less likely to do well. Of course, there's outliers and stuff, but if you're brought up in these slums or whatever, then you're going to have less opportunities, less support from your family, for example. Yeah, it's just one of those things. But there is also a lot of white people who are struggling as well. So it kind of suggests that these ideas are that, you know, no white people can be struggling, because what you're doing by saying that, oh well, it's, or, you know, like with these kind of ideologies, is that, well, if you're not from that oppressed group, whether that's black, whether that's, you know, a woman, whether that's non-heterosexual, then therefore you can't be oppressed. Like, if you're not a part of any of those groups, and the belief is that more of those groups that you're part of, then the more oppressed you are. If anything, it seems like people are using it as a way to kind of, it's almost leverage it. Like they're kind of using it as some kind of, I don't know, like if they can tick a lot of these boxes, then it's a way of kind of like becoming accepted in parts of like groups like, let's say, a Twitter mob and things like that. But these are just like a bunch of echo chambers, and this is the thing with a lot of these universities. They're creating a lot of these echo chambers as well, creating kind of people who just are not thinking for themselves. And that, like I said, being overeducated is, I think, it's like, I mean, education's good and all that, but like, how's it going, Blake? Yeah, welcome back. You know, being so educated with the wrong kind of things, like, is what I'm saying. Like, so what I should have said is, it's not that the education in itself is bad; it's the type of education they're getting. and not being taught to think critically. What am I doing? Not much at the moment, just chilling. Probably won't be on here much longer. Yeah. But yeah, it's just the fact that people want to just try and make everything out to be about race, then it's like, yeah, it's like, why does everything have to be about race? Why does everything have to be about gender? Because to me, it's like by you assuming that you are oppressed by being part of that group, then if anything, that you're fulfilling your own prophecy then. Because then you're probably not even going to believe in yourself enough to even try. There's a thing of like manifestation, and I do sort of believe in it to a degree, that if you believe in yourself enough and you're determined enough, you can make things work. But you have to want it bad enough, I think, is a thing that you have to be willing to just like, sort of take a lot of setbacks along the way. You have to be a strong character, but anyone can do it if they want it bad enough, I believe. But yeah, I've just got to keep trying myself, and so I want to be able to set an example and be like, well, I did it myself, so I know that it's possible. Yeah, alright, I'm going to get going, guys. I'll see you all later. Bye.